Welcome to CodeWord channel. Today we are going to create a weather app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For the weather app, we are going to use Open Weather API. If you are interested to watch designing of the web page, then please watch. If not, then jump to your particular timestamp. Let me set up our HTML file. First, create container class. Now create a temperature class, which have weather icon and temperature in Celsius. Let's open our CSS file. If we write CSS using asterisk selector, means these all CSS property will be used by each element of HTML. We are doing box sizing border box. For body, we give some height, width, and background color. For container class, we give height and width to 100% for now. Now change our height and width of image to 100 pixel. Today you are going to learn very important thing in CSS. Have you heard of variable in CSS? If not, then it is the container which holds some value. For this, use :root curly bracket, then write -- variable name main bg and their value we have copied. Create a flex class which is going to attach to the element who need flex property. Let's use flex class to container which add additional property used under flex. Also look the element move to center. Give white background to container. Change our container height and width to 400 pixel. White card created, but it is not in center. To do, apply flex class to the body element. Changing border radius to 12 pixel. Remove white value and background color. Instead of this, use variable container bg. For temperature class, we give 200 pixel height and red background for visualization. Set width to 90%. In HTML file, apply flex class to the temperature box to make all component in the center. Watch carefully, element are aligned in row instead of column, so in temperature class use flex direction property and set value to column. Icon width to 140 pixel. Changing some height to the temperature changing some height to the temperature box according to the component inside it. Set gap 10 pixel. Changing some style to the temperature text. Change font size to 50 pixel. Our card doesn't look good, so change width to 300 pixel. Set font weight to bold. In temperature box, remove background. As I said, it was just for visualization. Go to HTML file, create a new class after the temperature class weather info. Let me create data for this box. For all data, we will use paragraph element. First paragraph is set to cloud, which represent weather type, then humidity, wind speed, location. Give some ID to our first paragraph to weather type. Watch on the display, all element are in row instead of column. Go to the CSS file under the container class, set flex direction to the column. Let me design weather type ID, give background to purple, padding from top and bottom 10 pixel and 20 pixel from left and right. Text align center. Border radius to 50 pixel. Padding doesn't look good, so change to 5 pixel form all the direction. Set width to 100%. We must set CSS to our weather info class for this set width to 100%. And set width to ID weather type 90%. In HTML, apply flex class to the weather info box. We got same problem, all element in row, so apply flex direction to column. Remove background color and apply box shadow as shown. Also make font weight bold. One more important thing, I wanted to show we can use table instead of paragraph. This will allow us to design multiple column and row easily. TR represent row, TH table heading, TD table data. Design as you want it in CSS. I wanted to set text align to left. I am giving border just a style, not permanent. th is not aligned to left because we have an apply property in that element. Give comma and apply same CSS to the heading and data as well. Set table width to fit content. Padding form top and bottom 5 pixel and 10 pixel form left and right. Remove border form both element table and table data and heading. We have no any search bar, so let's create first. Go to HTML file and create a search box class, and under this create an input box and set type to search placeholder to enter location. Set ID to input location. Create a button set type equal to submit and enter button name enter. Let me check our form is working or not. It is not working. Let me change the div to form. Now it is working. Set an attribute required to the input that will validate not empty input in the form. Let's apply one event listener on submit and pass one parameter event inside it. On submit, we'll use to get input value after submitting the form. Set flex direction column inside body element because all element is in row. Use search box class and write CSS. Position absolute that will allow us to set position as we want it to be there and top to 20 pixel. Watch all these carefully. All style we are apply is the basic styles. You don't need to be explained much, I think so. We have created a beautiful template for the weather app. We only need is to insert data form the API using JavaScript. Let's move to JavaScript where we fetch API and fill data dynamically. First, open a browser and search for Weather API. Click on the first website. Log in if you don't have an account. Please sign up and follow the process. If you want to know what is happening, then I'll recommend my previous video. Just watch and understand how to use Weather Map API. After copying the API key and URL of the API, we have stored them in a variable. For dynamically inserting the API key, we have used template literals. Now, create a new function called API Fetch. You can name it as per your choice. Then we use fetch and pass our URL of the API as a parameter. Then, and create a parameter res. It parses the response body as JSON and returns a promise. Call the function API fetch. Watch in the console, we got our data. We use one more .then and data as a parameter. We will use this data to access all our object. Console log the data to verify our data in the console. We got all our data like temperature, weather, location, etc. Now we store all the important data we need in this weather app. First, we store temperature under the temp variable. Location of temperature in data is under the main. So we write data.main.temp. Console log temp to verify, do we got our data or not? Similarly, we store icon code from the data. Create a variable icon, then write its location. Data.weather_0.icon. Create one more variable weather type equal to data.weather_0.description. Now console log all our data we stored. Temp, icon, weather type. Create one more variable humidity equal to data.main.humidity. Create one more variable wind speed equal to data.wind.speed. Now console log all our data we recently stored. Humidity, wind speed. Create one more variable city name equal to data.name. Create one more variable country name equal to data.system.country. Now console log all our data we recently stored. City name, country name. We have done a mistake. Instead of sys, we wrote system and country name. After correcting this, we got our data. One major thing, in icon we got only icon code, not the image URL. So we need URL for the image where we use our icon code. So just do as I am doing. If not understanding, then I'll recommend my previous video on how to use Weather Map API. We have discussed in depth. To dynamically insert icon code, we use template literals and use the location of data under $ curly bracket, data.weather_0.icon. After this, copy-paste the text at 2x, PNG. Now we got our URL. Now I need to send data in a web page. To do so, First, import the containers from the HTML page into the JavaScript page. Create a variable temp container equal to document.querySelector, then use dot and class name. In fetch section, remove temp variable and replace with temp container. Then write the inner HTML and keep the data location as it is. This process will send data from API to HTML page. Go to HTML file and remove the image path of an image and create an ID called icon. Now copy this ID and move to JS file. Duplicate the above variable and replace variable name to icon. For ID, we must use hashtag then ID name, icon. Under the fetch section, remove let before icon variable. Then after the icon, write .src. This will dynamically add source path into the icon image. Now open HTML file and copy ID weather type. Duplicate the above variable and replace variable name with weather type and paste the ID we copied. Under the fetch section, remove let before weather type variable. Write .inner HTML. This will dynamically add data. In HTML, give ID to every container, humidity, wind speed, and location. Also, import them into JavaScript as we did earlier. Under the fetch section, remove let before variable name and write .inner HTML. This will dynamically add data. Just do for all the containers we created now. Replace city name variable with location container variable. Copy country name data into location container. Add all the data inside the template literals. Format as per your choice, or just follow as I'm doing right now. Also remember, we got wind speed in a meter per second. To remove unwanted decimal value, use .to fixed and number inside bracket. 2 denotes only 2 numbers after point. Store them into template literals and write kmph. Now need to add search functionality into the weather app to search for the weather in different cities. Copy the onSubmit function. Create function named submit location and one argument, event. Write event.prevent default in parenthesis. This will prevent reloading of the page after submission of the location. Create a new variable LOC to store the user input. As we removed all static data, so we are not getting anything on the screen. Console log to see what we got. Open console. We got an error LOC not defined. But after submission of data in input box, we got our data in console. To pass the user input, we must accept a parameter in the API fetch function. For now, update the value of LOC variable to Mumbai. After this, we must pass an argument to send data. As we pass an argument, we got all the data of Mumbai. Call API fetch function inside the submit location function to call the API fetch function whenever user inputs something. Enter Delhi inside the input box, and we got all data of Delhi city. Now, search Patna, and yeah, we got weather info of Patna city. Now remove Mumbai in LOC variable and pass Delhi as an argument in the function call. When we load our page, then Delhi will open by default, and using search box, we can get area-specific data as well. Changing some style of the icon in CSS file. Also updating variable in CSS. Our search functionality is working fine, but what if we enter wrong location? Our page won't show anything. To solve this issue, we must add catch method to catch wrong location and show alert with message, city not found. Thank you all for watching this video.